has left emotional residue, like a scrape on your arm that left a scar. You are not a machine, you're a human being. And humans have hearts. Hearts feel. And you likely have felt the full range of human emotions. Some good and some bad. Right here, I want you to begin by giving yourself permission to embrace that range of feelings. Embrace your pain, for without it, you would not be who you are in this moment. And without it, you will not be able to experience the joys life has to offer. Many people are emotionally constipated. They experienced something in their past so intense, they no longer wish to feel at all. But that's not why you're reading this. It's not why you're listening to this. You're reading and listening to this because you want to get reconnected with yourself, your heart, and your magic. Start here by embracing your pain. Let it be real. Let it be visual and let it be visceral. In the space below, or in your journal right here, write it out. Whatever you've been holding on to, whatever has been gripping you, whatever is on your heart right now, write it out. Expressing and letting go of this pain will allow for sunnier days to shower you with light, warmth, and love. Open yourself up to feel and embrace that your pain is real. Go ahead and pause it, peeps, and write out below what's on your heart. Write out in your journal what's on your heart. Open yourself up to feel and embrace that your pain is real. There's so much power in embracing your personal pain. And for you men that are listening, this is the beginning for you in so many ways. Because somewhere along the way, somebody got in your head that feeling, being emotional, expressing, anything in that realm is just not something that you should be doing. It's weak. It's not strong. It's not masculine. It's not manly. It's not going, even better, it's not going to help you get what you want. It's not going to help you get the woman. It's not going to help you get the career. It's not going to help you get the money. It's not going to help you get the glory, the power, the fame, whatever it is that you are unconsciously seeking. It's not going to help you get it. And that couldn't be more wrong. And this morning when I was reflecting, the thing that continued to come up is that regardless of how many Elon Musks, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos there are innovating, technologically advancing, and moving us to other planets, until we as a civilization move out of our mind and into our hearts, it's not going to matter where we go, because we're going to bring this unconscious, unresolved, undealt with pain with us, right? And for you that are listening, you men who have successful careers or who are in the process of building one, who are running big businesses, who have teams, who are leaders, who have families, who are influential, there is nothing more you can do for these people that are in your life to support them, and ultimately nothing more you can do for yourself than connecting to your pain, connecting to your emotional instability, connecting to your potential emotional constipation, right? And I want to expand on emotional constipation because it's really quite interesting, right? Going through an experience that's so painful that you literally won't allow yourself to feel the emotional energy of it because you aren't sure what will happen to you. You're not sure how you're going to respond when the floodgates open, the tears come, the yells come, the screams come, the rage comes, the anger comes, the frustration comes, the feeling of the hopelessness comes, forlorn, anything in that realm, right? So it's so important that for this excerpt that I just shared with you, embracing that your pain is real, is you giving yourself permission to look at yourself in the face and acknowledge that you've been through something really challenging, you've been through something emotionally taxing, you've been through something painful, but that you're not going to allow that to stop you from continuing to expand and open your heart and feeling all the other things that life has to offer, right? And I've taught this to many of my clients, right? Emotions are on an axis, right? So happiness and sadness are on the same seesaw, right? So think of a seesaw, on the right's happiness, on the left sadness. They're constantly moving back and forth. But if you're emotionally constipated, you're allowing yourself to just stay in one side of the seesaw. There's no variability, there's no expression, there's no fluidity, there's no naturalness to it, right? And one of the things that I said here that's so important, I said, you're not a machine, you're a human being. And humans have hearts, and hearts feel. It's inevitable for you guys. You can't escape how you were created. The best thing that you can do is start to learn how to cope with it, start to learn how to understand it, how to process it, how to express it, how to enjoy it, how to wield it, how to be it. And look at that. Look at just the way I just said that. It goes from something I view potentially in a negative connotation to something that's empowering. This is the essence of all the work that I do, all the work that I've done on myself, all the messages that I share, the work I do with my clients, the work I'm doing here on this podcast is how are we transmuting these perceived negatives into real positives? When we do that, we awaken our potential. We're stepping into presence, we're stepping into peace, we're stepping into power, right? And that comes from embracing that your pain is real, right? So as we move out of this emotional constipation, so to speak, I just want to continue to elaborate on what the benefits are for you and what's coming for you as you continue on this path, right? And it's also important to know that whatever you wrote below when you were expressing yourself, like we're going to continue to come back to that today. But first, when you move through that emotional constipation and the seesaw is free again to flow naturally, what you're going to continue to find is that you now have a greater emotional range. Emotional range is this. It's the ability to communicate, understand, listen, right, and feel so deeply and connectedly to another person that challenges, obstacles, misunderstandings, disagreements, miscalibrations, anything in that emotional, social, person-to-person realm that was a challenge or an issue or an obstacle or was creating stress in your life before is now something that you can actually work through, something you can actually influence, help, and grow. I see this all the time. One of the payoffs of doing the work and of exploring the things we're talking about right here are that without even realizing it, the people that are doing this work, the men that are stepping into this emotional space, embracing their pain, and allowing the seesaw to flow naturally, are able to connect with people that they never would have been able to connect with before. They're able to not only reconnect with themselves, but in the process, the walls of everyone else around them comes down. People are more real and honest with them, start to give more real feedback, start to be more open with them, share new things, new ideas, show their true colors, right? So much honesty, so much integrity, so much realness is on the other side of emotional awareness, emotional integration, embracing pain, letting go of emotional constipation, having your emotional shit, so to speak. I love that. Your emotional shit. I just want you to think of an emotional diarrhea. That's what happens. And this is why, of course, this is why it gets harder and harder as time goes on to let go, is because the pressure of the emotional tension is increasing, right? If you're listening to this, you haven't cried in years. If you can't even remember the last time you cried, if you can't remember the last time you felt like real joy and ecstasy, like nostalgia bomb on top of nostalgia bomb that wasn't influenced by drugs or alcohol, wow. Whew, emotionally constipated, baby. You gotta have shit. You gotta have a moment, right? And some people choose to have that moment with me, and that's what we do in coaching to begin. We have that emotional shit. Others find it by themselves, and that's amazing. And some people hold on, and they hold on, and they hold on, and they hold on. Eventually, they think they can't even go to the bathroom anymore, so to speak. And I just want you to know that what I'm creating here with 30 Days of Feeling is an opportunity for you to get that experience, to have those emotional constipations move through you, emotional bowel movement. This is amazing. By the way, I love analogies, and I love ones that have to do with the bathroom because they're so relatable, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. And so I just want to continue to move along this theme because I think that a lot of you who are dominant in the thinking, logical, rational category and who are, quote, crushing life from a very objective, this is the definition of success, is to accumulate more, insert whatever culture says, well, then this message is going to be really challenging for you because you're wondering, why is this relevant to me? I have what I want. I'm getting more of what I want. I'm crushing it, whatever. But I want you to actually take a deeper stock of the original question that I had for you during the excerpt that I shared, right? Is allowing it, you're reading this because you want to get reconnected with yourself, your heart, and your magic. Start here by embracing your pain. Let it be real, let it be visual, and let it be visceral. In the space below, write it out. Whatever you've been holding on to, whatever has been gripping you, whatever is on your heart, write it out. Expressing and letting go of this pain will allow for sunnier days to shower you with light, warmth, and love. Open yourself up to feel and embrace that your pain is real. The payoff to you guys who are listening to this, who are in that situation, like I just mentioned, is that things can actually even get better for you. I think that there's this thinking that like, I've hit the ceiling. You know, I've maxed out, you know, my success, so to speak. And if that's you, then I want you to go back and listen to the podcast episode that I posted the other day about redefining success, because you're going to need to do that in order for this to make even more sense. But things can actually get better. And the way they get better is that as you move through this emotional constipation, you start to develop emotional range, and you can start to experience a whole new range of experiences, emotional ones, feeling-based ones. What you're going to find is that it's even easier for you to get present. And the number one thing that that men want, at least what I keep seeing, is they just want to be more present. They want to be more in the moment, enjoying, and they don't want to rely on alcohol, drugs, or substances to do it. I think there's a lot of men that really want to be able to do it naturally. They want to be able just to be that person. And I'm sharing with you the way right here. It starts with what you did in your journal, and I want you to take a look at that for a moment. I just want you to read it out loud to yourself. Read the words. Read them like you would read them when you were in middle school and they popcorned you and you wanted to be fun. And so you like maybe use an accent, whatever. Just get into the emotional energy of what you wrote, of whatever is real for you right now, today. Read. Right here, just want you to take a nice deep breath. Man, okay? I want you to close your eyes. I just want you to let the words that you spoke out loud just become visual for you. And what do you see when you say those things to yourself? About your pain, about what you've experienced, about how you're feeling right now. What you're doing right here is called stopping and feeling. It's a major theme for me in my life. And I think it's really helpful and useful. So stop and feel. You're doing great. You're doing it. It, the elusive work that everyone talks about, the emotional work that everyone is mentioning, the reconnected self-work that everyone wants you to do so that you can be more present. You're doing it because you want to do it right here. It's so important that you know that. You are choosing to do this. You are, for you. This isn't for anyone else. If it was, you would already turned it off. That's how you know it's for you. I want you to be grateful for that, thankful for that right here. Everything you've been through in your life has left emotional residue. Everything you've been through in your life has left emotional residue. This emotional residue shapes how you interact with everyone and everything. I just want you to be conscious of this right here, right? Maybe allow it to become a visual for you as well. And just see that everything you've ever been through in your life has left emotional residue. I mean, how interesting is that? How wild is that? How incredible is that? You're constantly being shaped. You're shaping yourself without even seeing. But no longer. We're becoming aware of it right here today, that we are actually consciously shaping ourselves. I'm consciously stopping and feeling. I'm consciously tuning in to what's going on with me. I'm working to be more of a human being and less of a machine. I'm reprogramming myself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, so that I can be my best, enjoy my life to the fullest, experience more presence, be there for more moments, experience more peace, moment to moment being, enjoying, loving, and living, and more power, stepping into that incredibly intense moment of truth where I get to be seen by myself and others. I'm realizing and I'm doing something incredible that everyone is there to experience, and I'm allowing my full masculine capabilities to be present in the moment. Yeah, pretty amazing. This all comes from acknowledging your pain is real, it's valid, and it must be investigated. It must be opened. It must be analyzed. It must be felt fully. It must be free to roam. Free to roam. Can't hide it. It's kind of hilarious. We, as men, we love having scars because, I should say this. As a man, I love having scars because it makes me, I have a story. It's cool. Oh, that's like, it must be so, whatever. And the books and the movies, it's always badass. But when we're talking about emotional scars, everyone's like, oh, no, I don't have any of those. I'm good. Yeah, no, I don't have that. No, I'm great. No, I've never been through anything tough. Meanwhile, if I took a look at your heart, it'd be in 1,000 pieces, I just find that so funny. I love that humans are so good at compartmentalizing things. It's fascinating how they're able to do that. But that's not helpful for us here. We actually want to own and be aware and allow our emotional scars to be real and visible. When our emotional scars are visible and clear, we are able to actually see ourselves as we are. Battered, beat up, broken, and then rebuilt human beings. We continue to rebuild, continue to heal, we continue to mend, so to speak. It's so important because I think what a lot of men really struggle with insecurity-wise is not wanting to be seen as emotionally weak or weak in general. And I personally think that allowing your emotional scars to be seen by yourself and thus be comfortable sharing with others actually increases your ability to stand in the tension of what makes you insecure. Thus, you're overcoming insecurity by being comfortable with being seen as insecure. Okay, this is, listen to that again if you need to. But basically, it's just accepting the insecurities. And once I accept them within myself, I'm able to, stand there emotionally naked, so to speak. Other people can see me, and then they can decide whatever they want to do with that information. And I don't have to allow it, their response or their reaction or whatever it is to be true for me. I get to sit in the tension. And this is where the growth is. It's in the tension. When you lift weights, where's the growth? It's in the tension you put on your muscles. It's in the tension you put on your muscles. That's what the growth is. So emotion is in the tension of other people judging, of other people thinking, of other people wandering. Instead of letting go, that we're able to really expand. So, as we continue to bring this back, 30 Days of Feeling, again, that's a working title. We'll see. I do like it. It's good. But this first lesson, your pain is real. Open yourself up to feel and embrace that your pain is real. Moving through emotional constipation. Allowing yourself to go to the emotional bathroom every day. That's what the journal, that entry that you wrote below you is a reflection of. It's you going to the bathroom. And here's the best part. Going to the bathroom is natural. Expressing yourself emotionally must become natural. When it becomes natural, everyone around you has a better understanding of you. There's less assumptions made about you. There's more compassion and kindness towards you. And thus the communication is more real, more honest, more in depth. There's more loyalty between relationships. There's a deeper connection. There's more trust. This is how, there's more love, of course. This is how we rebuild culture in a positive way. This is how you build strong connections with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your employees. This is how you build something really, really special, beautiful, unique, and connected. Right? It starts from allowing yourself to express yourself emotionally freely, and that's not going to happen until you accept that the pain that you've experienced is real. Right? Your emotional scars. And you know what? I think this is a really cool moment for this. I actually want you to write down, or even better, this is really interesting. If you're open to it, you can choose. You can either write this down or draw it out. I want you to just draw a picture of yourself or make a list of all of your emotional scars and the things that emotionally scarred you. It's deep. I just dropped a bomb on you, but I want you to pause right here and I want you to try it. Just do your best. Even if you wrote down one or two things or you drew one or two things, it's beautiful. Because from there, you can start to work and start to let go. But I want you to try it right here. So either draw yourself and then draw in the emotional scars. Maybe it's like, your heart, you have to draw it a little bit broken up or bandaged, and you write out what you feel like was the reason for that. Or maybe it's like, a slash on your eye, and you feel like, I was maybe betrayed in this situation, or I had this experience that made me feel emotionally blind, or whatever it is. I just want you to draw that out, or just write it out. I just want you to write what you feel like was the reason for that. As we continue to acknowledge and understand that it's okay, regardless of what it is. I just want you, it's okay, regardless of what the pain is. It's okay, regardless of how you handled it. It's okay, regardless of what comes up. It's just okay. Starting with acceptance. Rooted in acceptance, in understanding, in compassion, in kindness, and unconditional love. That's what we're sharing today, guys. That's what we're here for. So I want you to take a moment, you can pause this and write it out. And when you've done that, I just want to congratulate you. This is further than most people will ever go as far as uncovering their own depth. And thus being able to free up the seesaw to experience more joy, more happiness, more peace, more all the things that humans really desire beyond the material things. I just want to give you guys a huge round of applause. And I'm shaking my maracas. That's something that I like to do. I'm a big shaker. You're shaking. Shake it, baby. Woo! And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for choosing to accept that which is true within yourself. Because for me, I'm excited that when I do cross paths with you, whoever's listening, your smile is going to influence and inspire me to have an even more incredible day. And this is how it goes in the opposite direction. When we're grumpy, grouchy, and irritated and angry towards each other, it just prolongs that in other people. When we're joyous and happy and excited, it just spreads in the other direction. And that's what we want. That's what I want. I want more of that in my life, and you can help me get it. So thanks. And beyond that, I'm really excited for this project. It's going to be a workbook style, and you just experienced the first lesson. So I think it's amazing. I got a lot out of this just from sharing it, so I can only imagine what you're getting out of this right now from actually participating. But I just wanted to thank you all so much for tuning in today, and I hope that some of these concepts stick with you, right? This idea of emotionally going to the bathroom every day and experiencing emotional constipation. And what you're going to find, like I said, is that the more you do this work and the more that you step into a heart feeling space versus a thinking logical space, naturally, the more you're going to see this in other people. And you'd be like, damn, that person is emotionally constipated. Hey, you got to get your journal out, bro. We got to talk about this. We talk like you're having an emotional issue right now, and this could actually be an opportunity for you to grow and expand. And if you can take what I'm saying with not personally and not like I'm attacking you or embarrassing you or making you look weak, that's your perception, but that I'm actually here because it resonates with me and I know how that feels and I want to be there for you. And can you allow me to be there for you? Incredible things are going to happen, and breakthroughs are going to be made around the clock. Emotional breakthroughs, the kind that everyone needs this day and age. And again, like I said, this all with the greater understanding and vision that no matter how many Elon Musk send rockets all across the universe, until we can work through our own collective pain, till we can open our collective hearts till we can move out of the mind and embrace our emotional constipation and our emotional bathroom breaks. It doesn't matter where we go, because we're going to leave a wake of destruction in our wake, in our path, whatever. And I don't see the need for that. We can do better. So that's why I wanted to share this message with you guys today. And it's a really powerful and important one for me. And I think it's a powerful and important one to share. And I'm just grateful to have shared it with you. So if you have any questions about this, as always, obviously just reach out to me, Instagram, graham.lickner. I'm more than happy to chat. And I think, the main things to take away from today is that, number one, your pain is real. Number two, everything you've ever been through in your life has left an emotional residue. What emotional scars do you feel ready to own and accept? Which still feel tender? Which are you not paying attention to right now or just ignoring? None of those things are wrong, but it's important to be aware of where you stand with yourself emotionally, right? Writing it out. And then finally, when you open yourself up to feel and embrace that your pain is real, you expand your emotional range, and thus your capabilities, your powers, your ability to be more present, your inner peace is going to influence everyone around you. And I want to continue to bring it back to this because it is important. This is going to affect your bottom line, guys. You're going to make more money, like easily. Why? Because you're just everyone likes being around you. When everyone wants to be around you because you're an authentic, good, natural, freely expressed human, dude, people are going to do business with you. They're going to want to hire you. They're going to want to work for you. They're going to want to help expand and multiply your vision. Like, it makes sense, right? And it comes from the heart space, guys. Heart space. Not saying the mind isn't important, it is. But if you've maxed out your mind, I promise you, there's a lot of space left in the heart to move. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And like I said, I'm just really excited to be able to share this on the podcast. And I'm so glad that I created this. It's been really fun for me to share with you guys. And I have so many fun ideas and things that I can continue to share with you. And I'm really excited to share this episode specifically because it's so fresh right off the top. This is just in the last 2 hours, this all came. And I love it. So thank you all so much. Appreciate you always. Take this exercise with you. And I just want you to continue to remember to stop and feel, okay? When you get to a place where you're overwhelmed emotionally, where you have a lot going on, where your head can't handle it, you can't process it, I just want you to close your eyes, take a breath. I just want you to say, stop and feel. And then what you say afterwards is, I feel, and then you just, whatever comes next. So it's like, stop, I'm overwhelmed, okay. Stop and feel. I feel really frustrated. I feel really irritated. I feel really happy. I feel really whatever you feel, and just let it go. Just share, and then write it out. And you have the beginnings of learning how to emotionally go to the bathroom. Congratulations. I'm going to give you a badge that says I am emotionally potty trained. There it is. Emotionally potty trained, baby. Ooh. It just gets better and better. Oh my gosh. I love it. Hey, guys, be good. Be safe. Be safe. Much love to you. Peace. And you already know, legends find a way. If you like this podcast, if you think someone needs to hear it, just send it to them. Ask them, send it to them, whatever. And if you enjoyed the podcast, feel free to leave it a review so other people can find out about the amazing work that we are doing together. We out here, peeps. Leaders to legends. Much love always. Peace. That might have been the best one yet. I love that.